Mice and rats can be a major problem in any home. They can contaminate food, damage property, and spread diseases. While there are many different ways to try to get rid of these pests, most of them are ineffective and can actually make the problem worse. Rodents can live anywhere, so if you have an infestation, it is important to take action right away. Home methods such as traps, poison, and repellents can be ineffective because the rodents are often smart enough to avoid them or simply become immune to them. The best way to get rid of a rat or mouse infestation is to call a professional pest control service. What are the most common home methods for rat and mouse infestation? Mice and rats are common pests that can infest homes. There are many different ways to deal with an infestation, but some methods are more common than others. Traps. One common method for dealing with a rat or mouse infestation is to use traps. There are a variety of traps available, including snap traps, glue traps, and live traps. Traps can be effective, but they can also be dangerous if not used properly. Poison. Another common method for dealing with rats and mice is to use poison. There are a variety of poisons available, including pellets, bait stations, and liquid bait. Poison can be effective, but it can also be dangerous if not used properly. Repellents. And finally, there are repellents, which use smells or sounds to try and scare the rodents away. There are a variety of repellents available, including sprays, pellets, and granules. Repellents can be effective, but they can also be expensive. Repellents can be helpful in keeping rats and mice away from certain areas, but they are not always effective. Electronic traps. These traps use electricity to kill the rodents. They can be effective, but they can also be expensive. Natural predators. Another common method for dealing with rats and mice is to use natural predators. This can include cats, dogs, or even snakes. While this can be effective, it can also be dangerous if not done properly. However, all of these methods can be ineffective because the rats or mice can be smart enough to avoid them, or they can become immune to the effects over time. The only way to get rid of rats and mice for good is to contact a professional pest control company. Why do home methods to eliminate rodents not work? The most common home remedies for eliminating rodents are ineffective because the animals quickly learn to avoid traps and other deterrents. A rat infestation is a major problem that can lead to property damage, food contamination, and the spread of diseases. Traps can be dangerous if not set up properly. Poison bait is also harmful if eaten by children or pets. Repellents only work sporadically as an effective control method. Additionally, many people do not realize that rats and mice can live anywhere, so even if they get rid of the ones in their home, there's a good chance that more will show up eventually if the source of the problem is not addressed. In order to get rid of rats and mice, several different home cures are used. These approaches, on the other hand, are frequently ineffective and can even exacerbate the problem. When an infestation persists, it's best to hire professionals from pest control companies who have experience with catching rodents safely and getting rid of them without damaging your home or injuring family members. These companies know how to eliminate even stubborn infestations efficiently and effectively. A professional pest control service is the best approach to get rid of a rat or mouse infestation. Can it be dangerous to use home methods to control rodent pests? Yes, it can be dangerous to use home methods to control rodent pests. For example, if you use traps, you run the risk of being bitten or scratched by rats or mice. If you use poison bait, there is a danger of your children or pets accidentally eating it. And if you use repellents, they may not be effective in getting rid of the rats or mice. When using home methods to control rodents, it is important to be aware of the dangers involved. Some methods can be very dangerous if not used properly. It is important to read the instructions carefully and to follow them exactly. Why is it safer to hire professionals in the extermination of rats and mice? Professional pest control services are the best people to get rid of a rat or mouse infestation, if you're planning on doing it all yourself. Professionals have the know-how and experience to safely catch rodents without harming your family. For many people, investing in professional rodent extermination is worth every penny because they don't want their house to be affected by diseases which can be dangerous as well as expensive. If you are generally healthy, but still harbor some unusual symptoms that disappear when away from home, rats may be responsible for carrying pathogens like hantavirus into your property and infecting you or your family members, so it's important not only to get rid of them but also make sure they are not allowed back in. A professional pest control company has more tools and techniques to deal with this situation, such as snap traps, which can capture them when they're in a hole too small for most people to fit into. They also have a more comprehensive plan including trapping, environmental services, elimination of child hazards and encroachments, detection followed by protection after extermination is completed. Rodent Exterminator not only exterminates rats and mice, but it will also disinfect, decontaminate and clean the spaces where these animals have been in your home. Contact us 213-431-0890. In conclusion, rodent pests can be a major problem in any home, and using home methods to get rid of them is often ineffective. Rats or mice that have been exposed to home methods such as traps, poison pellets or repellents may become immune over time if they continue trying these techniques. Additionally, these rodents could carry diseases like salmonella and pose potential danger themselves if not handled correctly by someone who knows what they're doing, so don't take any chances. The best way to get rid of rats or mice is to call a professional pest control service. They have the experience and knowledge to safely get rid of these pests without damaging your property or injuring family members.